Hey there, it's Steve Dahl, and if you are enjoying these free episodes of the Steve Dahl podcast, let me tell you about a special deal that we have right now at Dahl.com. If you go to Dahl.com/promo, you can sign up to listen to 2 weeks of the shows that are behind the paywall for just $1. That's 14 days for just $1. Check it out, and we hope you become a member of our podcast family, a permanent member. Enjoy the show.
This MLB season, FanDuel's Dinger Tuesday is back. And this year, all customers get a profit boost to bet home runs every week. So gear up to go yard all season long on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. 21 plus and present in select states. Opt-in required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states or situations.
Hey, guys.
Hey. What brings you here?
Well,
Sit down, stranger.
I'm here to do a podcast.
Great.
Today.
You've come to the right place.
Have I?
Sure have.
Good.
Have a seat. Our associate Dog will be with you in just one moment.
Yes.
All right.
Take a look at, get your phone out and use the QR code and see what you might like to talk about there on the menu.
I would like to talk about disco demolition because it occurred 45 years ago today.
Wow.
45 years ago. Yep.
There you go.
Yep. That's a
You
long
getting
time
a lot
ago.
of, is there, you getting the standard amount of interviews, interview requests and all that sort of stuff?
No, which is fine with me. Because I stopped doing them because I couldn't, I always ended up looking bad, like a racist and a homophobe. Mm-hmm. Even though I was making fun of the Bee Gees and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
sure.
Whatever. I did not know it was there was an underground gay and black disco scene because it was underground. And so when things are underground, they're hidden from you, so you don't know. So, whatever. But I do. This is the time of year where I get all of the lovely emails from people who read an article somewhere, because there are articles. They stopped calling me. They're not really interested in any of the facts that I might spew.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of you fat piece of shit. I hope you die. Like, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Over a kind of music? Because I didn't actually blow up any people.
Mm-hmm.
I just blew up some records.
Yeah.
And I think most of them were, I don't even know that they were all disco records. They were kids just grabbed records so they could get in, and that was it. There is a new, so if you have any questions that you boys would like answered, I'll be happy to answer your questions. But mostly I am just ignoring the hate mail.
Yeah. Go.
Which it just seems misplaced 45 years later, but, I'm still writing hate mail to Hitler. So, I mean, it happens, people. Yeah. He has not responded, and there is a new series on PBS, which I have not found the time to watch. And over the last few years, there have been a number. A number? Really? A number. a number of specials about disco.
Right, yeah.
Disco Demolition and the Bee Gees and whatnot. And I try not to watch them because my time on them is not usually enjoyable to me.
Yeah.
But there's something called Disco Soundtrack of a Revolution on PBS now. It's like a series. And let's see here. I'll play a trailer from it. How about that?
Okay.
Your next adventure awaits in the WTTW 2024 Great Treasure Hunt Sweepstakes. Experience the splendor of
I don't want to hear all that.
America's national parks, including Glacier, Yellowstone, Grand Teton, Arches, and Canyonlands. On an unforgettable 13-day escorted rail tour for two, thanks to our friends at Vacations by Rail. But you've got to enter to win. Go to
Looks like an
Sounds
Amtrak.
awesome.
It's an Amtrak deal there.
Sounds great.
Maybe your buddy
Lavs.
I don't know which one that is, which train that is, but
Dog, some of the deeper cut national parks might have appealed to you, right? Like,
I don't know if I've ever been to a single one, and I'm ashamed to say that.
I've been to many of them, actually. I think that might be the Empire Builder.
Okay.
Thinking. But whatever. Let me just get through this thing.
WTTW.com/sweepstakes today.
So it's not really a sweepstakes.
Cunard is a proud
I thought they didn't have fucking commercials on Channel 11.
supporter of public television. On a voyage with Cunard, the world awaits. A world of flavor, diverse destinations, and immersive experiences. A world of leisure and British style. All with Cunard's White Star service.
it doesn't feel like an ad if it's British.
Right. And condescending.
Of course.
It was
There's a sponsorship.
It's very condescending. It's like the life you wish you led on our boat for 1 week.
This program is available with Passport because of your generous donation to your local PBS station.
It's just a fucking
Thank you.
Trailer. Let's get to it. Yeah.
That sound of disco was everywhere. It was huge.
We made people realize that they could be themselves.
It started in the underground, and then it became mainstream.
Have you heard about the new dance craze?
Last night, 29 of the 43 Grammy Awards went to disco artists and songs. Just a further indication of how disco fever has swept the country.
That was 1979, I think, or 80.
Can't be that
all
late.
the Grammys went to disco records.
Oh, didn't it? Yeah. Well,
It might have been 78. It was a lot.
yeah.
Also, I if I were to pick a bone with anyone, I would say, why is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame letting in disco artists? But that's not for it's not for me to say, I guess. There's a guy rollerblading with his shirt off and a boombox up to his ear.
We have created a culture that's unstoppable.
Very popular.
Exercise classes work out to the beat. The fashion industry has created clothes to match the music. National magazines do cover stories about it. And business has never been better for dancing instructors.
Once it started happening, a lot of people wanted to capitalize on that.
Disco got bloated. It also got rich.
You had songs out there that was powerful. Then you come with corny songs. You killed the whole vibe of what disco was.
In every
blaming it on Disco Duck. Rick T's Disco Duck.
Successful thing, it has the seeds of its own destruction.
Hey, there's me. Banging my record on my head on the Tom Snyder Show.
Hey.
Right on.
It's personal.
And then they showed some exploding.
Disco started with soul, but totally lost it.
See?
I was right. We want the money, so let's do this boat.
That's what I was saying, man. In my own way.
Not gonna work.
All right. Well, whatever. It seems like they're sort of agreeing with me in that. right?
In the a form of music that they found very
it became very watered down and people
sappy and commercialized.
Yeah. I mean, fuck, the Rolling Stones were putting out disco records. Rod Stewart was.
Mm-hmm.
Come on,
Kiss.
somebody had to stop that.
Yeah.
Kids, we don't, come on, man. Even
dancing's pretty fun, though.
Yeah, I don't like to dance, so that might be part of it. I'm very self-conscious about my dance moves. Although I have learned from my sons, if you're holding a cocktail or a glass of something while you're dancing at a wedding, it's easier to look cool.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. Anyway, it was 45 years ago today, so thanks to everybody. I'd say once or twice a week I run into somebody who was there.
Yeah.
And
Janet.
She was there. Yes, I run into her pretty much every day. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but people that heretofore were unknown to me, that were there, and
cool.
It was an interesting evening, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
who knew that you'd be talking about it 45 years later?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I saw in the Illinois Entertainer Rick Kempfer, who wrote that Loop book.
Yeah.
And who was a Stephen Gary producer for several years. He had an article, Entertainer. He spoke with Tom Hoyt, who was the guy who ran the Loop at the time. He was the guy who. Let me find the article here. Wait. It's funny because I haven't seen him in years, and we're all old now. We're all
people
old.
got old, yeah.
Yeah. 45th anniversary of Disco Demolition, a Loop insider story. In the heyday of the late 70s and early 80s, Loop, WLUP, 97.9 FM on your dial, was owned by Congressman Cecil Heftel of Heftel Broadcasting, congressman from Hawaii. The president of Heftel Broadcasting was Tom Hoyt. B. Thomas Hoyt was how he went. A few photos of Hoyt appear in my book, The Loop Files, as do a few stories told by him during the Heftel days, but there aren't any current-day interviews with Hoyt, and he isn't pleased about that. That's the guy who was saying to me after the whole place was cleared out, after Disco Demolition, and it was just like myself and Janet and a few people from the station and Tom Hoyt. He sat down next to me and he goes, "Whatever you do," he was from Texas, from Houston actually.
Oh,
"Whatever you do, be cool tomorrow." And I was like, "Okay, well, what does that mean?" And he was like, "Don't talk. I don't want you to talk about this." And I'm like, "What? How am I not going to talk about this?" But I just recently been unemployed for 6 or 7 months after being let go at WDAI on Christmas Eve, and so I didn't really feel like losing the next job that I got in March, the following March, in July.
Mm-hmm.
Since I had a wife and she moved here and all that. So frankly, I don't think I'm going to be cool. Frankly, yes, I was disappointed, and you didn't reach out to me. That sounds like something he would say. He was especially offended that I didn't talk to him about Disco Demolition. In my opinion, there's nobody who knows more about what went on with Disco Demolition than me, he explains, which is probably true. Since this month is the 45th anniversary of the most famous radio promotion of all time.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
Fancy.
No big deal. I mean, it's not a big deal. I just
way
wanted
to go, bro.
I just wanted to be a DJ, man. That's all.
Yeah.
And then I got Believers. And my book already has the memories of people who were there, like Steve Dahl, Jeff Schwartz, Mitch Michaels doing the cruise, Sky Daniels, Get Jaked and Blow Lunch Tonight. Mike Veck, Lorelei. Oh, your approach last night, I was following, not last night, but Wednesday night. Your approach into O'Hare from Dallas. One of the vectors you were on was it's Veek. They call it Veek, but it's like Veek 5 or something. But I think it's because you kind of go over the park there. But it's not spelled correctly. But I'm a little bit of a aeronautics nerd. And I was watching your altitude, your
Sky
airspeed.
nerd.
Yeah, I was watching your airspeed and stuff.
Oh.
Well, I don't. I was tracking him, make sure he's going to get home safely. I didn't know how tired he'd be or whatever, and so I was.
Oh, thanks, man.
It was out of love.
It was pretty. Appreciate that. It was all pretty smooth.
Yeah. It seemed like it. It seemed like it. What? Do you recall? Well, never mind. Anyway, all your numbers look good, but one of the vectors was Veek. I think it's Veek 5, and I think it takes you over the ballpark there.
It's pronounced Vec.
I know, but it's spelled Veek. They might say Vec on the radio. I don't know, but it's spelled Veek. But there are a lot of cute names for them across the country that the pilots know.
Yeah.
If I had it to do all over again, I would be a pilot.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But I think it's best for aviation that I wasn't.
Sure.
Just generally speaking. Okay, so Mike Veck, Lorelei, Paul Natkin, a famous rock and roll photographer and dear friend and subscriber, and promotion director Dave Logan. Oh, he always called me Commander. Commander, what's up? Because, I had the uniform and the helmet and whatnot. I decided it was a good idea to add Mr. Hoyt's memories. After all, he had the final word that day. Nothing would have happened if I had not said so. I'm not going to do Can I release myself from doing the impression?
I encourage you to.
Ouch. Ouch. But that is how he talked, just so you know. Be cool tomorrow. But I really can only say, 3 words. I gave it the green light, and he says he was enthusiastic about doing it. I loved it. I loved the idea. I loved the direction that the Loop was going with consultants Burkhart and Abrams. They were brilliant guys. I mean, they made great suggestions. They suggested we hire Steve Dahl. Thank you, Lee. Lee Abrams. I worked for him in Detroit, at Detroit's W4. That was where I last worked before I came to Chicago. And he was the consultant there. And he really helped me a lot, because he was like, I would always be getting in trouble, and he would come in like once a month or something, and he would sit down with the general manager, J. Bartley Walsh. I think all the general managers put initials, and it's like Elwood P. Dowd, but only, J. Bartley Walsh, B. Thomas Hoyt. And he lobbied on my behalf and got me the creative freedom to develop, what I do. And then I wrote him a really nice letter, because we didn't have the internet back then, just thanking him for what he did. And it was unfortunate that I had to leave, but I was presented with an opportunity that I really couldn't turn down, and he wrote back that he understood, and if we ever get a chance to work again, and then we did.
Well, that's how it goes in showbiz, right?
At the Loop. Yeah. So
careful who you insult on the way out, because you can end up working with those people again.
Well, it just never hurts, if somebody did you a solid, let them know, because they'll remember that. And I would imagine in most industries, you run into the same people. And certainly in radio, you did. So, they suggested that we hire Steve Dahl. He had kind of a checkered past and was out of work But I don't recall what my checkered past was, other than being super successful in Detroit and then getting fucked over by ABC in Chicago. But whatever. And he meshed well with the overnight guy Gary Meyer, and it was decided they would work together by me. We purchased television time, and our spokesperson was Lorelei. I remember meeting with her for the first time. She was intelligent and bright. I mean, she had all the right stuff. We had some billboards and had those loop T-shirts, but television is really what worked for us. Do you remember that commercial, Doc?
Sure do.
It was like we all say, Steve Dahl, Steve Dahl, Company, get you up this morning, whatever. And she lip synced all of us saying like a promo line about ourselves, and she was very attractive.
Little kind of snippets of Zeppelin tunes and stuff like that, and yeah, it's a very well done spot.
And then someone off camera goes, "You've got a great mouth," or something like that. And she goes, "We've got a great radio station." But she stuttered. She didn't actually say that. It was kind of interesting. She was a stutterer. But somehow, she figured out how to make money. You know, she. I mean, it's kind of ironic that she was a stutterer, but she was okay lip syncing what we said. I thought that was kind of cool. But I was told not to mention that she was a stutterer, so I didn't. Because I wasn't holding it against her. There's a lot of great pictures of Lorelei and myself down on the field. You know, we were tasked with throwing out the first pitch before the first game of the doubleheader. And I let her, she went first because, I'm a gentleman. I mean, that's why it says it on the door when I walk in to pee. It just reminds me that I'm a gentleman. And she threw the ball to the White Sox catcher, and she was hot. I mean, I know you don't like it when I use the term hot, but that's
very attractive woman.
Yeah.
She sparked a lot of thoughts in young teenage high school boys back in the day.
Busty and beautiful and very nice. And very nice. And the catcher, I forget his name presently, but he ran out to to give her the ball back and to get his picture taken with her and whatnot. And then he left the field with her. They walked off to the White Sox dugout, and I was standing on the mound in my helmet, which is, by the way, on display in Cooperstown at the Baseball Hall of Fame. It's not a big deal. And my little jacket with the fishing lures on it, because Coho Lips Army and all that, and no one to throw the ball to. No, I just was standing there on the mound with the ball, and after about five minutes, I just went, I guess I was put the ball in my pocket.
Sure.
I wish I still had the ball. I don't know what happened to it, but yeah. So that was how the night started out. And there were a lot of people there for a radio promotion. Like 5,000 people showed up in the afternoon for the first game, but it still looked super empty and like super failure-y. Because they were drawn there's probably a total of 9,000 people in the ballpark that sat 60. So not super impressive.
Sure.
So. Went up to the Bard's room, which was where Bill Veeck held court and allowed the press to eat and drink for free, and did that for a while. And then near the end of the first game, Harry Carey is on the TV there saying, something going on here tonight. And he was right, as it turns out.
There you go.
He remembers July 12th, Tom Hoyt, 1979, as a rather harrowing experience. I think that's fair to say. The night of disco demolition, my wife Bobby Top, that's my wife Bobby Top. She's a designer. She had the Loop lobby had a rubber floor with dots, it was like an industrial. She was very much ahead of her time. And it was, don't you just love this rubber floor? And I was like, I don't know, man. I do. I remember him telling me that his wife, Bobby Top, thought that they lived in Houston, as I mentioned, and she was driving to to the Gulf. What's the big...
South Padre? Galveston?
Yeah, Galveston, probably. They had a place on Padre. And she thought that that cruise control meant that the car would actually steer itself because it's a straight road. And so she was kind of ahead of her time in that, too, in that she was trying to invent a self-driving car, but it just didn't have the technology. But she survived that accident, so it's all good. My wife, Bobby, and I went to Comiskey Park. There was an outside elevator that took you up to the roof, and you had to go across a catwalk on the roof to get into the press box and to Bill Veck's private box. I remember Loop General Manager Les Elias, or as I used to call him, Les, he lied to us. Some of the clever stuff I was doing back then.
Wordplay.
Yeah. Even as a 24-year-old, dog.
No, that stuff that's great. I think it's the kind of thing you're born with. It's amazing, yeah.
But I was only 24. That still kind of blows my mind.
Yeah, it's a lot of
a lot
of stuff for a 24-year-old to shoulder.
Yeah, it was. And still is, as it turns out. Les Elias was there, but I don't remember who else was there. But we were watching this whole thing unfold, and it was like, oh boy, there are so many people. Some of the accounts in your book said I was a businessman and I was trying to be protective and that I was worried. Yeah, you better believe it, because we had told Mike Veck that we didn't have a clue what was going to happen, and neither did he. Mm-hmm. So I said, this is Tom Hoyt, I said, just to be safe, you better have extra security. He said, don't worry about that. Well, don't worry about that turned into not enough security. But you know what it was? Remember they had kiosks out on 35th Street? Like for tickets. People were like trying to tip them over with the ticket sellers inside.
Jeez.
So the coppers. But fun, like cow tipping, not mean tipping. Like,
just playful injury.
Like jackass kind of stuff.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah. So sometime during the mayhem in between games, Harry Carey came into the box and bellowed, "Who's in charge here?" And I was down on the field already. Well, everybody looked at me. Harry told me I had to come on television and apologize to the people of Chicago. This is not. None of this is true. This is not true. I don't think. It's new to me, and news to me as well. Well, first of all, what was occurring on the field was not our fault. There wasn't enough security to keep the people in the stands. No, I like to think of it as we were so fucking popular, there would never be enough security.
Oh,
that's a good spin, I think.
But that was really on the White Sox, not us. Okay.
It's probably the craziest scene they'd seen since the Beatles played there.
Probably. Harry looked at me and waited for my response. I was wearing a Greek...
You cool that I mentioned the Beatles, Brendan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want you to
played Comiskey.
Lash out at me privately.
As washed up as Dahl is, yeah. Has-beens from the 60s and 70s for 300, Alex. I was wearing a giant Greek sailor hat. I do remember that. That famous Loop T-shirt, blue jeans, and cowboy boots. Cool. And I said, Harry, look at me. How credible would this guy with a Greek sailor hat and all this stuff be? Well, take the hat off. Would be my first thing. Probably Harry's even said. Take the hat off. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't make any sense. I'm not going to do it. With that, Harry stormed out.
Ooh.
It was not his only confrontation of the night. When it was time to go, Bobby and I crossed the hall to go down the elevator, and the visiting players were there, getting their bus. This is new to me. I didn't know this. Sparky Anderson came over to me and said, "Who are you?" Hey, Sparky. What's up, man? What's up, Spark Plug? Who are you? Do you have anything to do with this? I said, yes, sir, I did. I'm the president of the company. Bobby was cringing. She was worried. She was only 5'1", and this guy was just like manically going off. screaming at me. Yeah, and, baseball screaming, how they like to get in your face, like umpire, manager screaming. Finally, I said to him, we didn't expect this. Nobody did. We're leaving now. There was still one person Hoyt hadn't spoken to, and that was the owner of the Loop, Cecil Heftel. Hoyt had no idea what to expect.
Oh.
This is a congressman. He's in Hawaii. At this time, he owns 8 radio stations. And me with a checkered past. Cecil always called me early in the morning at home, not every day, but at least 3 or 4 times a week, which seems like every day, really.
Mm-hmm. It's enough.
He was a real early riser. Yeah, I guess. But that next morning, he called me at around 5 a.m. When I got on the phone, I braced myself, but he was laughing like crazy. No one ever passed any of this along to me.
Wow, you're hearing all this for the first time.
Wow.
What I've heard from Cecil is he's very upset. And what? He had read the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, and the Washington Post. He was thrilled. It's unbelievable. We are on the front page of all 3 newspapers, or all of these newspapers. Oh, my God. He went on and on. I said to him, yes, this will help with our ratings, and we will raise our rates.
Oh, see.
You're not a businessman? Salesman! That's the good news. Here's the bad news. There will never be another one. And there hasn't been. Rick Kempfer. All right. Well, maybe Harry did come in and do that. I don't know. I know Jimmy Pearsall was mad. He was walking around in an outpatient T-shirt, yelling at, I think he yelled at Janet. He yelled at Dave Logan was up there. My friend Hugh Surratt was up there. My former roommate in Detroit.
Sure.
Yeah. But, I never heard that Cecil was,
Big night out there for you, Stooley.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Right, exactly. But, I mean,
I didn't know you're such a racist. You never mentioned that.
See, nobody thought about any of that then, because it wasn't about that. Yeah. But I kept being threatened with being fired because we were going to lose all of our sponsorship. In fact, they were just raising the rates. So that's the kind of life I've had to live. Where it's just like you're judged every single fucking day, and not even with the truth or by the truth or with the real facts, but whatever. Still very proud of that night.
There you go.
And 45 years ago today.
Yeah.
But that's what he said to me was, be whatever you do. So I guess I know, like, whatever, 6 words. Whatever you do, be cool tomorrow.
There you go.
What does that mean? I don't want you to talk about this. And when I got to the Hancock Center, 37th floor, come out of the elevator, it was like TV cameras from every station in the city and, news agencies from around the world.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, I tried to not talk about it for, I didn't know what to do. Because I didn't want to get fired, right? And Eddie Schwartz, we were listening to Eddie Schwartz all night because I was up all night. I want him fired. Stuff like that.
Well, it's a disgrace to community standards.
Yes, exactly. And then there was this kind of stuff like, this disco thing isn't happening.
Our teens were at White Sox Park for a radio station promotion called Anti-Disco. Between games at tonight's doubleheader, a local disc jockey blew up disco records in center field.
Who's that guy? That's a jive-ass presentation.
He kind of has a Chuck Henry vibe.
Yeah.
Possibly a Jim Ruddle? I don't know.
And a crowd responded by rushing the field.
I felt there's a lot of contempt in local disc jockey, the way that was said.
Sure.
Yeah,
an event called Anti-Disco. I don't think that's what it was.
Anti-Disco night.
Yeah.
Moved in, and it took them a considerable amount of time.
I'll admit the fire, burning people's artistic works, whether you like them or not, and the fire has a definite Nazi vibe to it.
Something that, maybe
but that wasn't
reconsider, just to get a reboot on that image, just in general these days.
But I have the script from the evening, and it doesn't say, and then everything catches on fire, and it looks like a Nazi book burning. It doesn't say that anywhere in the script.
Yeah.
And there's an actual script for it, which I still have.
There you go.
My copy of. So, yeah.
Fire had been built in the middle of center field.
It wasn't built. It was the box that blew up all the records. And the
local DJ began commanding his minions to destroy any property, bring it out to center field, set it on fire.
A local DJ, and it was the guy that did the demolition for the scoreboard and all that for the Sox. He was a fan, so he gave it a little extra charge.
Mm-hmm.
So those things really blew up, man. And then
no charge, Mr. D. I got you covered on this one. Trust me.
That's the way we used to do it in Nam.
Yeah.
Okay. And here's the thing you don't think about until they're on fire in center field. Records are basically made out of petroleum.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Traditionally a flammable item.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I never really tried to light one on fire before, but they go up pretty quickly.
Police tried to clear the unruly crowd, pushed them out. Finally got them.
Luckily, I think one of the reasons that it didn't turn into something worse was because everybody was high.
Sure.
So you're not that belligerent when you're high. And also, I think a lot of the cops' kids and their friends were there.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Because it was Bridgeport, and I
gotcha.
I think it was that worked in everybody's favor.
Okay.
Off the field, although, again, it took a long time, perhaps some arrests, it's hard to tell. Some people appear to be taken into custody. We don't know the exact nature of everything that's gone on out there.
Including the name of the fucking event. So, why don't you start with that?
So far, but
I think this is Jim Ruddle.
Is that okay?
It feels like Jim Ruddle to me, but it could be Chuck Henry, because that's that newsman voice that you get.
Sure is, yeah.
It's out of sight, though.
New Center 5 staffer Mike Kumo is out there at Comiskey Park, and we have him on the phone right now. Mike?
Hello. Jim.
Yes, what's the current situation?
They just canceled the second game.
Or, I like to look at it this way. I just won a game for the Tigers.
Yeah.
I only appeared in one major league game, one major league start, and I won.
Yeah, starting pitcher kind of.
I'm like Moonlight Graham or whatever.
They canceled the second game because
the field is unplayable as determined by the umpires.
Also, would they have run into a problem with the fact that they had such a long delay because of this?
Yeah.
I think it would have been fun to have a game with a fire in center field.
Gimmicky.
Yeah. And if you get it in the fire, that's like, it's an out, automatic out.
There's a 1 a.m. curfew, and so they would have had to complete the game.
But no injuries were reported in the melee.
Oh, you know how that is to say melee instead of melee. Melee.
Yeah, melee.
Hello, it's me, Bill Curtis. So that was really the very first Ron Burgundy kind of move from him that I was aware of. Melee. I'm Bill Curtis.
Disc jockey Dahl has held two similar rallies to stage blow-ups of disco records, each one resulting in a similar disturbance by youthful crowds.
There were riots at both of them. You'd think somebody would have known.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Nobody asked me. I didn't even want to do it. I'm like, I had two great riots. I had one in Hangover Park at some rock and roll club. And then we had one down at the Point East Disco in Linwood. And that was a real riot with riot dogs and, police with riot gear and everything. And I was happy with, I thought, quit while you're ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't end this thing in an empty baseball stadium. So.
As we say, the second game
on fire in center field, and they also ripped up some turf in front of the pitcher's mound, about a foot wide and about 10, 12 feet long.
Oh, my God.
And they had a meeting with Sparky Anderson and Don Kessinger and Bill Vecht, and one of the supervisors of the umpires was here along with the head umpire. And after that meeting, I guess they've decided to cancel the game.
Crew chief, that's called.
Okay. Any injuries that you know of?
Not that I know of.
I feel that's Jim Ruddle.
It's got to be Jim Ruddle. Yeah, you just called him Jim on the phone earlier.
Oh, okay, good. I missed that. I was too busy looking at the fire. The fire sends out a message that wasn't of something that wasn't really occurring there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But having just watched the Hitler special, the Hitler series, you know, it's a bad look.
I have no reports of any arrests either as of right now.
Greg Gumbel's got some more on that for us right now.
I've been planning to cover that particular story for about a week and a half now, and the disc jockey involved.
He interviewed me up on the roof. We had a lovely interview up on the roof pregame that they ran on like the 6 o'clock news or something, where he asked me if I would break a record on my head, and I did. Little trick I knew. Yeah. On my without the helmet. Take the helmet off and then break the record on your head. Now that's when you look stupid.
Yeah.
Did you have a helmet on? Yeah, I know, but I like to break them on my skull. I don't like to have the helmet.
Steve Dahl,
the guy who was cracking the record.
Yeah,
of his skull?
you'll see him in a second. Yeah. But he doesn't really plan to have anything like this happen, and I know he's probably going to catch a lot of flack for it, and it's undeserved. But we'll talk more about that as the week goes on. A packed house.
St. Greg Gumbel, man,
right
on back.
I always liked him.
Me too. Of the two Gumbel brothers, he's my favorite. Brian or Bryant or whatever. Brian, I guess it is Gumbel. Seems kind of full of himself. Greg's cool.
Out at Comiskey Park tonight on teen night, and there was more happening, of course, than just the twilight doubleheader scheduled with the Detroit Tigers. In that first game, and the only game, as it turned out, the Tigers practically stole White Sox catcher Mike Colburn blind. In Game 1, they got their first run on Colburn's wild throw to second base, and then they scored their first run.
Oh, that was the guy, Colburn. That's because remember there was that Disco Demolition exhibit at the Elmhurst Historical Society?
Yeah.
And they had Colburn's jersey from that night, and it had a mustard stain on it.
Oh.
But he was probably overthrowing the base because he was still amped up from meeting Lorelei. It's a wild throw.
Our second run, Tom Brookins tripled into the left field corner to make
This is when you could only watch it on Channel 44, and you had to pay for it. Do you remember those times?
For 44 at that point?
Yeah, pretty sure. I'm pretty sure
Sports. You're thinking about Sports Vision?
Yeah,
that was later. I was part of that.
I guess that was
part of that.
Einhorn and Reinsdorf. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
it was just on 44.
A 2-0 game. Greg Pryor drove in the only White Sox run of the day with a triple down into the left field corner, and here comes Rusty Torres around.
This kind of reminds me of the what's his name? The guy who's he's sorry for the things that he said, but then there's a home run call.
Oh, Tom Brenneman?
Tom Brenneman, yeah. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of that. Which, yeah. Because, I mean, I guess when you're the sports... I'm sorry?
Having to cover a news.
The sports guy, you got to give, I guess you got to...
you got to give the score.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find that real quick.
It's Thom, right?
Thom.
Thom.
Yeah. Thom Brenneman.
The fag capitals of the world.
Oh.
That's what he said. That was on TV.
Reds Live, the pregame show presented by Ray St. Clair Roofing. I pride myself and think of myself as a man of faith. As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run. And so that'll make it a 4-0 ball game.
All right, that's a good one. But
the final home run call.
Yeah, did he get fired after that? I imagine that he did. I didn't really follow.
Almost immediately. I'm sure he made it through the end of the game.
But here's my favorite one.
Please imagine my surprise when I opened my front door to find about a half dozen naked folks sprawled out in my living room, engaged in what can only be described.
This is being played throughout the entire Major League Stadium, where Brockmeyer is broadcasting in his plaid sport coat.
There's a desperate and a hungry kind of a lovemaking. And right in the center of it all was my wife. My wife, Lucy. She was wearing a strap-on, and she was plowing our neighbor Bob Greenwald. And folks, I do mean right in the ass. Fastball misses, just low, count goes full, 3-2.
Did he just say strap-on?
Hey, for you kids at home, strap-on is a belt with a dildo on it that mommies use to penetrate daddies as Ibanez strikes out on a high fastball. That'll bring Clark up to bat. Clark having himself a heck of an afternoon with 2 doubles. Bob Greenwald. I mean, that two-faced SOB. I hosted his kid's bar mitzvah. I hosted his kid's bar mitzvah. Here's the kicker. Here's what kills me. My wife Lucy has the stone. She has the unmitigated gall to turn to me and tell me that she is a sexual astronaut. I mean, what is that? What does that even mean? I mean,
every time you hear the echo, that's it's people in the stadium going, what?
Granted, Bob Greenwald's ass might be as big as the goddamn moon. That does not mean that my wife has been to outer space, okay? And that is a deep fly ball to right center field. That one is way back there. That's either out of here or lost inside my wife's big, fat, cheating vagina.
Wow.
Brockmeyer. First 2 seasons really good. Third season very weird. He did some time traveling or something.
Well, that can happen sometimes.
Something
on shows.
to that effect, yeah.
Score, but the Tigers went on to win it by a score of 4-1, and of course, Game 2 was canceled with all the.
Or did they sweep the doubleheader? I like to think they swept it.
Activities happening out between games. Then on team night, WLUP held a disco demonstration. We'll talk about that a little bit more too. But Game 2 was canceled out there this evening.
Greg sounds a little nervous. But
he's treading lightly,
right? Because he's coming down on my side, and that's not the side that they probably wanted him to take.
As we said, between game activities, the main attraction, the disco demolition, spearheaded by morning radio man Steve Dahl and his anti-disco army called the Insane Coho Lips. Earlier, I asked Steve just what he has against disco.
Well, the first thing I have against it is that I can never find a white 3-piece suit that fits me off the rack. So I hate the taste of pina coladas. I'm allergic to gold jewelry, so there's nothing there for me. I'm a cheapskate. I don't like to waste a lot of money at home, in terms of my electrical bill, and you have to spend so much time blow drying your hair. It's a waste of...
It hardly seems racist or homophobic to me. It just seems like silly patter.
Energy. Okay, I'm ecologically meaningful and cheap, so I'm not into it.
Brendan, I was trying to stop global warming back then.
Oh, there you go.
So you can call me a boomer all you want, but I tried, man. I did my best.
You're at the forefront. You carried some of the ecological concerns of the boomers. There were a few of them.
Let's turn off the blow dryers, people.
Yeah, let's go natural.
Come on.
I'd like to, if I could, show you how we destroy the disco records. And this is how I do it. I have to kind of get worked up.
I have like almost a mullet going, or Prince Valiant haircut.
Yeah.
Nice look.
Psych job. Yeah, I chant to myself, coho lips, and then I just... Oh, that felt good.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's goofy stuff, right?
Like stupid shit. That's all. Yeah. I'm just a moron.
Well, worthy as the cause may be, the idea of the game was to blow up disco records in a box out in the middle of center field. That did happen, but after that is when the fans overran the field. We have other baseball news today.
Come on, he ran it during the fucking sports. You got.
I feel like off-camera Ruddle is smoking a defiant cigarette and shaking his head. Maybe there could have been.
It was Chuck Henry on the set, though, but it was Jim Ruddle. Jim Ruddle must have been in the newsroom on the phone, calling his contacts or whatever. But but I mean, come on, Greg hooked me up, man.
Yeah,
laughing after the.
Sure.
Cubs, after a long rain delay in Cincinnati, are finally playing. They are underway. They are scoreless in the third inning at Cincinnati. The Cubs have a chance to gain a full game on the Montreal Expos because the Expos have already lost.
She drove around the stadium several times. She was concerned about what was going on. She was mobbed by some youngsters who came to her car to talk to her, but then she just drove on. So, except for some of the fireworks and a lot of anti-disco slogans, things, believe it or not, are returning back to normal. Bill and Kerry.
Thank you, John. This is the point where they started to blow up some disco records in that promotion that
Bill Curtis.
fans
I know. Explaining it to Kerry Cochran.
came out of the stands and really covered, as you saw, the whole ballpark out there.
Johnny, a question for you. You say that this is a gimmick that's gone too far, obviously. Did Bill Veeck do any checking into the former disturbances that were over anti-disco sentiment?
Apparently not.
That's a good answer, Johnny Morris. You know, Kerry Cochran ended up being our news person when we went back to the Loop after WLS, Gary and myself.
And that's the surprising thing, because Bill Veeck has a lot of good common sense. He's a good man, and he's very conservative when it comes to that respect. But I think he let his promotional aspirations get out of hand here, and he saw 50,000 fans there, and he went for it.
Some of the White Sox people were playing down what we are calling a disturbance, saying there were no injuries.
This we are calling a disturbance.
Disco disturbance tonight.
Once I called it a disturbance. You cannot play it down.
Yeah. They didn't even see any rocks and bottles thrown. Kind of a summer night enthusiasm by the fans, but we do see on videotape the batting cage going over. Mm-hmm. We have had...
Oh, my God. It's so hard to get a batting cage.
Some reports of rocks and bottles. There are arrests, although we don't have any reports at this moment of injuries. Veeck called off the second game at 10 o'clock.
Where do you get rocks in Comiskey Park?
Yeah, that's
bottles?
A good question.
I don't even think they would pour it in a cup for you. You didn't get to keep a bottle.
I think they sell rocks at, on this concourse.
Well, the White Sox were pretty bad. They were like 22 games out or something at the All-Star break. So maybe, maybe. Or maybe a pet rock, or something. I don't know.
Well, the mistake is obviously when you create the climate for something like this, then there's a possibility it happens. And Bill Veeck he could have said, we're not going to create that kind of climate.
Gene Siskel is standing by with a review of...
Mike Veeck. It was Mike Veeck. It was his son. And it was, it worked, I guess. I don't know. I mean,
there you go.
Bloodline. Gene?
Well, Bill, that's Bloodline with Audrey Hepburn, her second pick.
Gene's off reviewing a movie now.
Records flew like frisbees, more fireworks exploded, bottles were thrown, and an estimated 7,000 spectators staged their very own demolition. 4 fans were injured during the melee, 40 others arrested, and even after the disturbance was quelled, ballpark area residents aired their own complaints.
I had to chase 2 boys out of my hall that was urinating in
it. In his home, or he said my home, right?
Sounds like it.
That was urinating in it.
1,000 spectators staged their very own demolition. 4 fans were injured during the melee, 40 others arrested, and even after the disturbance was quelled, ballpark area residents aired their own complaints.
I had to chase 2 boys out of my hall that was urinating in it.
Oh.
And also we had a car on the curb by our house.
Have you ever had anything like this?
We had it last year when they had a disco going on here.
See, disco night was just as bad.
Wow. Guy's a tough decision for this guy to make.
You never hear of that part.
We're all constantly cleaning our halls and our streets here.
I'm having some snacks. He just stopped there and popped some more snacks in his mouth.
Beer cans from these people coming here. We got a nice neighborhood, and this is our livelihood right here. We live here. We keep it clean.
This morning, cleanup crews tried to repair the damage on the infield, but on the 37th floor of the Hancock building, it was business as usual for Steve Dahl and his anti-disco campaign.
I'm wearing a nice Hawaiian, got the Koss Pro 4 AA headphones.
Got the helmet off at this point?
Yeah, helmet off, but the Prince Valiant or whatever hairstyle looking super groovy.
Now, we didn't do this thing last night as a publicity stunt, but it sure is turning into one, isn't it?
Oh, you think so?
And what the heck? I'll do whatever you want, Just as long as they spell your name wrong. It's the old adage. That'd be pretty funny. I don't know what to tell you. I didn't, like I said, I didn't see it when they came out. I didn't see that many bottles or that many records flying. So I don't know. There were some people that got a little carried.
A little hoarse because I was screaming into a microphone, which I always make fun of people for doing. But it's really hard not to scream into a microphone when there's 90,000 people yelling.
I think you've got to fill the room up there.
Yeah.
right away.
But you're not taking responsibility for what happened.
I don't think I have to. I haven't done anything. I packed Bill Veck's baseball stadium for him, made him a lot of money last night, did my job, everybody liked it, I left, people wanted to come on the field, and their security people couldn't keep him in the stands.
Get a little defensive there, bro.
Yeah.
Steve Dahl for the defense, Your Honor.
And not being cool about it. It sounds like you might have strayed from you.
This was in the production room, so this is at the, after the show, and I've been up all night, and I'm
you sound a little tired.
Yeah. I'm pretty pissed. Yeah.
You do it all over again?
I'm not a security guard.
Would you do it over again?
Yeah, with more security guards. No.
Police? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. On the news? That's yes and.
Yeah, you're giving good responses there, yeah.
Just a little bit more here.
At a loss in trying to explain what happened last night.
Everybody's looking for a fault. I don't think anybody actually planned to have a riot.
Oh, no, that's a special operations chief.
Planned to have problems. I think it was probably some good methodology to get a crowd, but it overworked. It was like a person puts an ad in the paper to sell something and they run out of goods. There's not enough goods.
After the second game of the doubleheader was called off last night, spectators were told to keep your rain checks. But it is still unclear whether that second game will be forfeited. Channel 2's Bruce Roberts will have a live interview.
It was forfeited. Yeah. Or as I like to say, my first Major League victory.
Yeah.
With the Tigers. All right, well.
If you want to maybe compare it to another well-meaning tragedy gone apeshit.
Hindenburg?
I was going to say one of the things that my siblings and I watched during our visit was the Woodstock 99 documentary, Trainwreck.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing went almost immediately into meltdown mode over the course of 3 days.
Who's it? Limp Bizkit was there.
Korn.
Green Day, right?
I know Green Day was at 94. They may have been at 99, too.
Jewel was there. Red Hot Chili Peppers closed it all out. And let me just say, and I'll leave you to imagine it, and I hope you watch it, but that schmuck idiot from the original Woodstock, Michael Glenn or whatever his name was, the guy who put the original Woodstock together and put this one together?
Yeah, Mike, it was the guy with the speech impediment, Michael Lang.
Michael Lang, yes.
Dig it, people. We got at times, people. Camping in the woods, humping in the mud.
Moron. Just a moron.
Dig it.
And his big thing for finishing it off, and I'll let it lie, but after fucking insanity, he thought he'd quiet the crowd down with by issuing 10,000 candles for a candlelight vigil dedicated to gun control. And
right on.
If you hand out 10,000 candles to people who are just deprived of sleep, water, food, accommodations,
food, and alcohol,
all of it comes to a crash, and you hand them candles. Well, did not end peacefully. So that's my pick to click, is to watch that. I think it's a 3-parter.
All right, I'll check that out. I mean, I remember it happening, and I remember seeing clips of it. But
it was completely mismanaged from the time. So your stuff looked almost like an organized.
Yeah, it was innocently constructed too.
Your stuff was like a series of mall walkers compared to it had the gentle quality of mall walkers compared to this Woodstock 99.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, I thought it was going to be a failure. So what do I know? Turns out we were more popular than I knew.
Well, happy anniversary to you.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Doc. Appreciate that.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. What year were you born, Brendan?
1978.
Yeah. You were 1 year old.
Yeah.
Or 1 year old, I guess is how we properly say that. All right. Well, long time ago. I think you can hear from I direct people to those clips, and they're like, Yeah, no, we're still going with racist homophobe.
Sure.
Can I be at least a racist homophobe who can break a record on his head?
So just have some redeeming quality?
Something?
Yeah.
Scumbag. Do I have the word fucker written all over my face? We have a problem. It's a Steve Dahl Show.
Oh, no, she's still there. Rambo.
We're all listening China, buddy. Thank you,
There's not one thing that is said in my house by anybody in my family that I understand the first time they say it to me. I'm hearing cicadas.
They are closing in on us, Steve.
Yeah.
This may be the last transmission you get here.
You know, life hack, Brendan Greeley.
What are those titles again?
I broke my talker yesterday.
Still in full afterglow mode.
Yeah. You tell me if this is good singing or not.
Happy birthday.
Long story short, I make up my own rules around here on this property. I like to think of myself more as Mel Gibson.
Oh, yeah.
It's hospitality. It's impressive. My name is Steven. Steve Dahl, radio personality.
Rocket scientist.
The original. I'm okay about it.
Are we still recording?
As far as I know. Fuck, Steve. Come on. All right, Steve. Let's try that again. Maybe I like being the center of attention. I don't know. I sure like mentioning my name a lot.
Yeah, there was a bunch of clips available that had this kind of self-admonition.
Yeah, well, it's that voice is always in my head. Every once in a while, I like to let it out and, get some air and let the people enjoy what's going on inside my head. The show.
Yeah, don't make the peaks too large. Although, we do get a sense of what's going on in your head a lot of the time.
Okay. Yeah.
We don't need direct transcriptions all the time, I think.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'll increase my meds. The show, as always, brought to you by you because you subscribe. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And by David Hochberg and Team Hochberg, 855-56-DAVID, 56david.com. Tomorrow, Saturday morning, 10 a.m., Home Sweet Home Chicago on WGN Radio, 720 on your dial, 10 a.m. It's a good show.
Mm-hmm.
Might be the best show on there. Well, Bob Surratt's good, I hate to say that because I like Bob, but it's better than Bob's show even because it's crazy. It's crazy. It's out of control. You like out of control shit? You must. You're listening to this. You're going to like the Hawks show. John Heggie, Heggie Law, Jeheggie at HeggieLaw.com. Estate planning, 847-272-7360. And he takes extra special care of Dahlcast subscribers. So make sure you let him know that you are one. Roast to order. Roast. Is it okay to say roast today? Because I know the barn fire was... Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Roast to order.
It ties in with disco demolition.
We're roasting those records to order. Yeah. We should... had they only been coffee beans, we would have been lauded as,
Just simply caffeinated, not destructive.
Mm-hmm. Possibly the birth of my own coffee empire. I could have been Steve Bucks. Steve's Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious, freshly roasted coffee delivered right to your door in bean form. They've got K-Cups now. They've got pods. The pods they're easy. You pop one in, and it tastes just as good as the beans. Once they get ground up and put into the whatever device you're going to make your coffee with. Fabrides Flowers, FABflowers.com. 888-885-2000. Promo code Stever. Saves you 10% there.
Mm-hmm.
Lowell Mora, ImpactCFO.net. Lowell, Lowell, at ImpactCFO.net. 847-212-4081. Fractional CFO services for privately held family-owned businesses. Maximizing generational wealth. In fact, you can go to his website, ImpactCFO.net/free, and fill out the questionnaire, and he will answer your questions in a video. Send them back to you.
Very cool.
So you don't even have to have any. Sometimes the first call is the hardest.
Yeah.
And the first cut is the deepest as well.
Sure.
You know who wrote that song?
Sheryl Crow.
Rod Stewart.
Cat Stevens.
Oh, Cat Stevens.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, Rod sang it, I think, and
Yeah.
Cheryl sang it, and Cat Stevens.
Yeah,
Woodstock 99 performer, Sheryl Crow.
That's correct, yeah. She was talking about it. A lot of people saying, they want her to take her top off and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie and say I haven't thought of that. But I'd rather she take off those leather pants. That's me.
Yeah, we should let her know.
I'm more of a, an ass man. I'm like Kramer. Was Kramer the ass man?
He had the license
By
plate
mistake,
that said
yeah.
ass man. The proctologist
okay.
ended up being the true owner of the plate.
Turns out you can't get that plate. I tried.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So contact Lowell. We'll just go to impactcfo.net and fill out the questionnaire and, see if there's anything he can do to help you with your theoretically, it's to help you with your family-owned business, but I think any privately owned business, he has advice that will be helpful. 847-212-4081 is the phone number. So yesterday we were playing the phone call about the guy on the Simon Cowell show, the singing janitor.
Sure, from Indiana, I believe.
Right, Richard Goodall. And I wanted to finish up the guy's call because
we're talking about last year. I guess it probably was the NB, but there was one that I was going out to the store.
Wait, no, this is the wrong call. Gosh darn it. Oh, no, it's the right call. We go through the apples. Cosmic Crisp is the one I was touting last year.
To look at some of his into YouTube, Timid, and then and I watched that after hearing about it on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And
Richard Goodall.
It's obviously amazing. He comes across as very meek, timid. And then he belts out the song, and it's incredible. If you go a little deeper into YouTube, it might be interesting, to look at some of his history because he's been singing for a long time, and you just kind of realize how heavily produced that show is, or not realize, but are reminded that it's so heavily produced.
Yeah.
And I just wish I knew how much coaching he got and how much went into that whole setup to make the audience feel what they end up feeling when they see him perform. Because, there's one YouTube video of him dancing around on stage, like pointing his fingers like they're pistols and really working the stage. This is not the first time that this guy's been on stage. Yeah. And then the last thing I was going to mention, I just heard Tom talking about how he has the ring from his mom, and there's some sisters that he can't decide, who would get the ring.
Right.
We had a similar situation in our family when my wife's mom passed away. There's a very special ring, and there were a bunch of kids that may have felt entitled to the ring, and we ended up making copies of it. So you can take it to any jeweler, and I think regardless of what type of ring it is or what type of stone, they can at least come very, very close to making an exact replica of the ring. So, love the show. Thanks a lot.
Idea. Thanks, bro. I'm glad we went back to the call.
Yeah.
I don't think it was completely spontaneous that happened or unrehearsed, the Richard Goodall thing. Yeah. Hello.
Steve, Doug.
Yeah.
If Beryl hasn't allowed you to get back.
He's back.
And Brendan.
Hello.
How we doing, boys?
Good. Oh, good. I'm
Brett
back. Thank you.
From Krakow, calling you from the hospital.
Brett from Krakow.
Oh, a hospital.
Poland. Are you all right, Brett?
As I just had a knee replacement this morning. Anyway.
You sound pretty alert for it. I mean, I guess I was pretty alert, too. I mean, once you wake up, pop some painkillers in you, and you're like, all right, that wasn't so bad.
So I'm
Until you try to walk. It's like, oh, fuck.
Really happy that you guys are back this week because I don't know what I'd do sitting in this Polish hospital all week.
Try the ham.
You guys to listen to. Anyway, Steve,
or the kielbasa.
I was hoping to hear your story about Craig Gass and the show you went to.
Did not go.
Sorry, I just got yelled at by the nurse to be quiet. I was hoping that you are going to tell the story about Craig Gass and the show that you went to. I know it was a drive back from New Buffalo, all that, but I'm really hoping you got out there because he was really pumped about you coming.
I know.
But anyway, if not, I'm sure I'll enjoy the reason why you didn't go as well. All right,
well, I don't know.
Which was a heavy favorite.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. You know, Janet and I drove up to Michigan and for the condo board meeting or whatever. And then even though our kids and their families use the place all summer to the exclusion of us, we are, Janet, two people, let's say ostensibly in their 70s or very close to it, are tasked with cleaning the deck and the furniture and getting everything all niced up after a winter where our unit faces due north. So gets a lot of wind, it gets a lot of just everything. And we had to go get flowers to plant in the planters and all things that our sons could have easily done at any point during the spring as maybe a nice gesture.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, they always fake offer to pay the cleaning lady and never do. But we were tired and old. And I did contact Craig, and because I knew he was... I was looking forward to it also, but whatever. I contacted him and... Saturday, June 29th, 5:52 p.m. I hate to bug you right before a show because I know he had a 6 o'clock, I think, right? Like 6, 8, and 10, I think it was. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But I am stuck in Michigan with... I lied. With, of all things, my son Mike and his kids. I lied. Sorry.
Oh.
I hope the shows were good last night. I know they will be good tonight. I am sorry. I am missing the show tonight. And he wrote back, no worries, buddy. Thank you for the heads up. And I wrote back, thanks for being so fucking funny on the show last week. Or Friday, right? So, and then I saw a post by him that the 10 p.m. show was poorly attended.
Ooh.
Are you seeing that?
Huh?
Mike did come. He called us.
Wait. All right.
I got kids in the
Well, please don't yell at me. I don't
It's
remember.
only 2 weeks ago, and you forgot.
I don't want to. Mike, you're right. Mike did come.
Yes, he
because
did.
Emmett lost his baseball game, and he decided he would just bring everybody up.
He called us at 3:30 and said, we're on our way. We'll meet you for pizza in Michigan City. And we said, please don't come. We're just getting in the car to go home. Don't you remember this?
You're right. I don't. I honestly don't.
I know our life is a bit of a blur, but that is truly what happened.
Yeah,
Mike and his family.
I didn't lie. Brendan, I didn't lie to it.
Hey, that's something.
Yeah, he made a reservation.
What were the odds on that?
And then and he got stuck in traffic, and he nudged the reservation, and so we went
to Stop 50, had pizza.
And then the kids came back and screamed until midnight because they were stacked like cordwood. And James was having his first night out of a crib and threw a diaper at you. How can you forget all these?
Yeah, he threw a diaper at me.
He didn't want to sleep in a diaper, so he threw a diaper at you and told you that he hated you.
Yeah.
and then we got
I
up
always
the
like
next
to respond
morning.
with, I hate you too, which Janet says I'm not supposed to say as a grandfather, but...
So we got up the next morning and drove home and left them there.
Yes, we did.
So that's the story. And how quickly you forget.
I did. I completely spaced on all of that.
That's a comfort to me because then I can do whatever I want and say whatever I want to you, knowing that it's gonna drop out of your feeble brain.
Yeah, it seems like it. It seems like there's a hole in the bottom of my brain pan or something, because that is what happened,
Yes.
and I felt extremely put out by the whole thing because we were tired and wanted to come home after we had just gotten everything ready for them so they could enjoy the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And the place is too small to have 8 people sleeping without sleeping bags or something.
Yeah, there's not enough
We only brought
beds.
one sleeping bag, but 4 kids.
And James has never slept in a big boy bed.
He threw a fucking diaper at me, the little fucker.
He has to wear a diaper at night. He's only 3.
Yeah, I said, James, if you wet this bed, it's going to be bad. I'm going to have to get a new bed. I'm going to have to, I don't know what but he looked at me, he just threw the diaper at me, like, fuck you.
It was
pissing this bed if I
It was
want.
rowdy. If we had another night, we could have subdued them and gotten them into a habit. But Emmett coming off of double losses, which they were leading both games and crumpled. They came for solace, and we gave them pizza.
We had the pizza, South 50, but we which I love, so it was good to go there. But I have to say, our generation. We did not say no to our kids enough. And consequently, our kids never say no to their kids.
I know. And speaking of saying no to your kids, I have 3 kids in the pool now. I have to go. And they want the hot tub, and I won't turn it on.
There should be 4 of them.
Jackson's playing video games.
Oh, okay.
But I don't want to.
No, they don't need the hot tub on. It is 80 degrees out.
I don't want to look in there and find mice. I can't open that skimmer.
Just tell them I said no.
Okay, well, I'll tell
them.
them.
On me. I don't give a fuck. They
all
hate me anyway. They don't hate me anyway.
Well, they have the reusable water balloons, and so they're somewhat happy. But that's with kids. It's always the next thing.
Yes.
You give them Disney, and they want Universal Studios.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the way of childhood these days.
All right, well, you better go make sure.
I know.
But tell them Grandpa said the hot tub doesn't work.
Okay, I can't. I'll just say Grandpa says no.
All right, and okay, well, if that doesn't work, come get me. I could put this on pause to deal out some draconian punishment. Mike did come. Yeah, I did completely forget about that. I'm glad I didn't lie.
Hey.
I mean, I was okay with lying, but I'm glad.
It's weird that your lie actually worked out to be the truth.
Yeah, I know. That's weird, right?
Caught a break on that one.
Back to the phones. 708. Now I WAV. Now I WAV, or wave, like a wave file. Which it might be a little too inside baseball, but that's what these files are that I'm playing. They're wave files. So dig that if you know what I'm talking about. 708-669-4928 is the phone number, and I just accidentally opened up my QuickTime player instead of starting the call. Hold on. Here we go.
Hey, Steve, it's Valerie.
Hi, Valerie.
I missed you guys this last week.
Oh, thanks.
Today I'm looking forward to the podcast all day. I'm like, where's that podcast? Where's that podcast? And then I get this email that says, no podcast today, some technical difficulty. I'm like, oh, crap.
Well, I didn't say there wouldn't be one. We were off for a week. But then Monday we just had, at the beginning of this week, there was a technical difficulty. But I never said there wouldn't be. I was just, but whatever. I understand. We appreciate your longing for us. And just remember, whether or not we do a podcast, every day I do a nude 15-minute hunk on OnlyFriends. With full frontal
exposure. And that's pretty affordable, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like $1.99. I mean, full frontal, $1.99. 15 minutes of some. It's me workshopping some stuff, but
just nudely.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Kind of an open mic night vibe to it, you know. Mm-hmm. I can't believe Janet got mad at me for forgetting. I think she was defending me that I wasn't lying because I think Brendan, we could hear the disapproval in his response. I've had just about enough of this. Lying, ruining the planet, destroying disco.
I am up till 3:30 in the morning trying to figure out what's going to entertain me before I go to sleep.
But it was there.
Then I check and I realize, hey, there's a podcast. And I'm like,
I fixed
crap, I could have been listening to the podcast.
Or watching the OnlyFans, rant.
Nude thoughts.
And I would have still had all that, what happened in New Buffalo fresh in my mind. I would have told the right story.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Oh, it's always there for you.
It's 3:30. I think I'm just going to go to sleep and.
But I fixed it.
Listen to this one. Be a day behind, which
Yeah.
I'm usually not. I'm usually right on time with my podcast.
Huh.
So
I like that.
today
That's
I'm
hot.
going to be behind, and I just wanted to say I missed you guys. And what do I do at 3:30 in the morning now so I can go to sleep?
I got an idea.
I'm a Steve Dahl girl, so I'm going to go find something decadent to eat, like a Nutty Buddy or a Little Debbie or
That's
something like
slut.
that. And,
Little Debbie.
hey, that's what a longtime Steve Dahl girl does. So, good night, guys. I missed you. Talk to you all soon.
Oh, I got her number. I can give her a call later. Valerie?
Wait until about 3:30.
Valerie? Steve?
You up? I'm opening my
Do you
bar
have
now.
any of those Nutty Buddies left by any chance? If you do, put them in the fridge, and I'll be right over.
I'm opening it now.
Janet won't even. I can tell that's not. I can tell that's not Nutty Buddy just by the way it sounds.
It's not crinkly enough.
But only because I have to so carefully open them in bed when Janet's sleeping, because she can sleep through anything except me opening up an unhealthy treat.
Sure.
And and
it does include like another woman, Debbie.
Yeah,
Going
but
to
she's a
visit
slut. Debbie's a slut. And I'm not slut shaming.
You're slut praising.
I love slut.
You're team slut.
I'm a slut. I mean, but whatever that was, it sounded healthier. Whatever you were opening there, I don't know. Was it
more like a thicker kind of sandwich bag type of plastic?
Yeah. All right. So where did we leave off? We left off with. Okay. Here we go.
Hey, Stever and Doug and Brendan.
Hello,
everybody.
Hi.
Hey, it's Neil McCabe.
Sounds like somebody from your like a relative, Brendan.
Yeah,
Neil
McCabe.
Got the Greeley pipes going.
He's got that last name sounds a little bit.
Yeah, McCabe. That sounds from the McBreelys or
right.
McBrides. The McBrides. Right.
Colorado. Got kind of a funny coincidence here, and it actually ties into what you were talking about on Monday with the awesome fireworks show. Funny thing, Doug. I am from Park Ridge, born and raised, and my
you know the McCabe's at Park Ridge?
Not immediately.
Okay. All right. Still time to think.
Grandfather on my mother's side, who also went to school at Maine South. Her father was born and raised in Bessemer, Michigan, which is in the Upper Peninsula. So we used to go up there all the time when we were kids, when he was still alive.
Of course, that's your dream final destination, correct?
It's there, that area. Yeah. I've
not
got a
that
strong,
city, but the UP.
The UP. I mean, I got to say, I got my eyes on Duluth, but I think I'm going to be based out of the UP.
I thought Marquette was a.
It is, but it's getting so. I love Marquette. Yeah, it's going to be there. It'll be there. But
It's too on the.
Are you gonna? Is it
too
trendy?
trendy.
Are you gonna get a we?
Well, I mean,
sticker.
Let's
have
be
in
honest.
Florida?
If I end up in Duluth, I'm going to be among Norwegians. I got to suffer the Finns if I'm going to be up in.
Sure.
I see. All right. Yeah. All right. Well, I'd like you to.
Of course, I say that in complete humor.
Don't worry about it. You're talking to a racist homophobe right now.
Right.
You got nothing to worry about, pal.
Yeah.
You're going to get away scot-free on this.
No, it's Marquette is that's the dream.
Yeah. I'd like once you get up there, I'd like to see you start up a line of retail clothing called Pasty Life.
Pasty Life.
Kind of like Salt Life. But Pasty Life. Somebody's already got fresh Fresh Life or something. Fresh. It's not. It's like I don't know.
Freshwater Life.
Yeah,
like
Fresh Lake Life or something like that. But that it doesn't. But Pasty Life.
I don't want to do a pasty.
No.
I don't want to cash in on life. Like it's like Got Milk. Like how that's been just Got Mulch, Got
MILF,
right? Got Podcast, like that's just been like the
Yeah, but
Pasty Life.
Nobody's done a good one for the Great Lakes yet that I've seen. Anyway.
Pasty Life.
Pasty Life.
Okay. Oh, like past life, like your past life.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's that. Yeah, but that's what the iron miners.
The future is pasty. Days of future pasty. Something.
Great Moody Blues album.
Exactly.
Yeah, whatever. So, pasties. I love pasties. Oh man, I could eat pasties 3 meals a day.
I do like when Meredith will invariably bring home a couple when she has a trip up there, and that's always nice. She stops off. It's on the way out of town, back heading out, and goes to the Lowry's and gets a couple of pasties and fire them up.
What do you like, the beef and potato? Or?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Only way to go.
Delish. All right.
And Bessemer is a very depressed town. There's very low average income, but it's beautiful.
Doug, that's where they need you. They're depressed. You could cheer them up with your music.
Yeah. See, how would I do that? I wonder. What would my approach be?
I don't know. Maybe just start strolling, through town with, I don't know if you've seen on Facebook, there's that thing you can attach to the back of your acoustic guitar that makes it louder.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Just stroll through the town like that.
Like hang in there type of stuff?
Yeah.
Or how do you live like this type of stuff?
No, more like, hey, I see your barbershop is empty, but don't worry. People always have hair. I don't know.
I'll bring
like my son Lair.
There you go.
Yeah.
I could always bring it back to pasties. Just like pasties would help you through.
Yeah.
If you're down on your luck, you got a broken truck, get a pasty.
Pasty life, man.
They do have a group up there that's sort of famously
the Youpers.
The Youpers, yeah, they've been at it for a long time. They've even got their own store.
Really?
Yeah, the Youpers Tourist Trap, it's called.
Huh. And that's based out of they're based out of Marquette?
It's in between, I think, Negaunee and Marquette, yeah.
Okay. I always get a kick out of them.
Yeah. Giant chainsaw out in the front.
These are some of their songs. Rusty Chevrolet, My Car Won't Go, Diarrhea.
Ooh.
Second week of deer camp.
Yeah.
Grandpa got run over by a beer truck. Let's enjoy a minute of that. Not a whole minute, but a few seconds.
He didn't have enough to pay the bar tab, so Woody tossed him out into the snow. Grandpa stood there frozen in the headlights. He looked just as helpless as a deer.
I say you go up there and start a band, and it's like the Beatles versus the Stones.
Yeah.
For the rights to to be the Upper Peninsula's favorite.
And I'll just look through Wikipedia and just grab terms, just start, flannel is the fabric for me, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Snowmobile, it's my giddy-up go-mobile. What do you think of that? Just made that up.
Get me some Arctic pussy if I can.
Well,
I mean Arctic cat. Let me know if you need to spice it up a little bit with some, No, I think that's, I think that's a worthwhile and a worthy destination to be striving towards.
Yep, that's where I'll be if anyone needs me.
Okay. Well, I'll be. I don't know where I'll be, but I'll be somewhere fixing stuff up for my kids and their kids.
Well, you got a lot of money coming your way. So you'll probably be all right. I mean, if you can hold on to it.
I want to remind everybody that it's really, it's theoretically for the grandkids' college.
Well, I feel like we heard that there was one recently.
There's
that
4
just got
recently
immediately
that are
crossed
on the
off. Immediately crossed off the list with a big brown line. Got crossed off the list.
There's 4 that are on the bubble today that we're babysitting. So, but they don't care. You can't use that as a threat. Fine.
Pay for your own college.
Yeah, they're like, college?
Yeah, that's on their mind.
I'm in 2nd grade. Right.
Yeah.
Get out of here. You'll be dead. Yeah, well, I'm going to spend all the money. I am, too. I told Heggie that a couple weeks ago. Open the floodgates. Let's go. Let's go.
Right outside of Ironwood. But the most amazing thing was that even though the town didn't really have any money, saying go get big.
Wait, I'm going to go back because I lost my place.
And Bessemer is a very depressed town. Right. There's very low average income, but it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Right outside of Ironwood. But the most amazing thing was that even though the town didn't really have any money, saying go get big county, they would spring for the most amazing, fantastic, expensive fireworks show every year on the 4th of July. It was a cool little parade through the town because it was like a super old town. All the houses, they were built in the 1800s and stuff, and everything's dilapidated and falling down. But it's just truly a blast, and I completely miss it. But the fireworks show was just incredible. I mean, they spent like every dollar they had in the budget for, pretty much the whole year. Instead of spending it on things like renovations and everything, they spend it on that, and then they have like this awesome demolition derby, with all the town folk and everything. And it was just amazing, and I miss going up there and climbing the bluff and going and seeing the ski flying hill and all that kind of stuff. But kind of a
ski flying.
Oh,
ski flying, yeah. Right, yeah.
Sounds like that's where you should have had anti-disco. People support the blowing up of stuff up there.
And demolition. Demolition derby. Each car could have been filled with records.
Perfect.
I thought that NASCAR race here in Chicago on Sunday had a demolition derby vibe to it. Just with all the skidding and, the fishtailing and the drifting and whatnot.
Trading paint. Doug, it looks like you and I have some similar background locations and everything. So
I want to hear more about.
Hope you guys have a good one. See ya.
More. I need to connect with the name McCabe here. I'm going to take out the yearbook.
Well, it sounds like you could move to whatever that town was and be the richest guy there.
Could be.
I'm the richest man, and
I think all those. I think all those things, all those old dilapidated things. You come back in a decade or so. Much as Brendan asked us to project ourselves 10 years into the future, I bet a lot of that stuff is, as people are starting to discover it and people are starting to get into it and move up there and Marquette's getting expensive. I see maybe that's the thing to do is go dilapidated and then
flip it. There's your HGTV series, right?
Build a nice home there or something, and then or flip it. Yeah, maybe. I guess I don't know, but
that's what everybody does these days. I guess
everybody flips.
Yeah. We tend to stay in places too long. So, although we've flipped it 3 or 4 times, but just for our own, purposes.
Hey guys, Jeff and Wes.
We have 3 more calls, and then we'll have gotten through all of the calls this week.
Wow.
Hey guys, Jeff from West Chicago. Brendan,
Jeff.
Steve.
Hi.
Jeff. Dog.
Hi.
Screw that order up. Man, did I miss you guys for a week. Hope you had a good vacation, but man, oh man. Not being able to talk to or listen to buddies talk for a week. But if I could offer a suggestion, Steve, that show with Craig Gass, if you could put that on as maybe the free one that you haven't had for a while, because that show, not only were you guys great, but Craig Gass was stellar. That was a great show. Anyway, hope you had a good vacation. Take care. Bye.
Thanks. Yeah, actually,
that's a good one.
Brendan had that idea last week, and I meant to do it, but we were on vacation, and I forgot. But I will I'll try and get that done over the weekend, because that was a good show, and that's a good. I like to use the free shows as bait to get the get the people in, and it does work. But then sometimes a long dry spell of no free shows, people will give in. It's like a battle of wills. And or Bella will, not wills like Will and Testament, but you know what I mean. Like who can hold out longer?
Yeah.
And so a lot of times people will sign up for the show because it's like, are there any more free shows? Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to remember to do them.
Hi, Steve and everybody. This is Janet from Palos Park.
Hi, Janet.
I love you guys. I love the show. Every day I love the show. What I'm calling about is there was a 3-part documentary on
I didn't even know that this call, I mean, I have access to these calls. I've had access to this call since last Tuesday at 11:47 a.m. Yet did I know it would tie in with something that I was going to do at the beginning of the show? No. Is that smart or stupid? We don't know. The jury's still out on that.
Yeah. PTW, the last 3 Sundays or whenever.
Yeah.
It was called Disco, Soundtrack of a Revolution. And I don't know what made me watch it, but it was interesting. The first 2 segments were explaining how it started, and it was in gay clubs. It was in black clubs. It was secret, but obviously secret. Nobody knew about it. And then the third one was about the fall of disco. And they did give you like 5 or 10 minutes.
Disco didn't fall. It was pushed by Steve.
I know that there were underground, there were gay discos and, black, whatever. But I feel that whole scene has been made to seem larger than it really was, just because it's convenient for the narrative. Because, I think if it was that prevalent, it wouldn't have been so underground.
Good
know
point.
What I'm saying?
Good point.
All right. Blowing up the records and everything at Disco Demolition. They never mentioned racist or homophobe, and it was kind of, I think I at least appreciated it. I thought it was more real than any of the other things that they've had. So now that Disco Demolition Day is coming, I thought I'd let you know in case you wanted to look it up.
I did.
Or in case anybody does. It was what I thought a fair summation of disco soundtrack of a revolution. Love you guys. Bye.
Thank you, Janet. Love you too. Actually, I believe that's the documentary series that was put together by a person that Pat and Mike know from work.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me he wasn't going to do that. And I said, I've been told that by a million people that they're not going to call me a homophobe and a racist. But this guy actually lived up to it. So now I feel bad I didn't do an interview for him. But these days it takes so much makeup. Just to get me to, 2 hours of makeup and I still look like Waylon Flowers. I don't look any better than that. Remember Waylon Flowers and Madam?
Waylon Flowers and Madam, I sure do. Used to watch their show late at night.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
Me too.
Funny show.
Yeah.
Hi, Steve and Doug. I'm glad you're safe. And
thank you.
Hey, Steve, I know you.
This would be Jane's 4th call in a week, but
Jane.
Working backwards. Her 4th call this week. But that's okay. It's okay, but. Yeah.
You'd like to experience a hurricane, but I know you've experienced plenty of earthquakes. But
sure. You grew up in SoCal, man. On your way, you're in your Woody. You got your boards in the back. You're wearing your Pendleton shirt. Speaking of wool shirts and stuff. You got your white Levi's on, and then all of a sudden the ground is shaking, man. What's up? What's shaking?
Drinking Coke out of a big glass bottle.
Yeah. What's shaking, Daddy-O? I don't know. The Southland.
I've experienced many hurricanes in different levels, but the biggest ones was Hurricane Wilma in Florida in 2005 and Hurricane George in Puerto Rico in 98, I think it was. And you don't want to experience them if you don't have to.
We've got a man who just lived through it, not the eye of the hurricane. Did you see any of the pictures of like Cancun and all that?
The eye passed right over us.
Oh, okay. Well,
oddly quiet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, was it stormy and then quiet and then stormy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I saw Cancun, and I guess they don't have the building codes that they have in Houston, so it looked. You're right. I did know that, and I have also forgotten that. The eye did pass over Houston, but boy, Mexico really, when they get pounded. I mean, we've been down there, and it's nice and all, but it's
in a vulnerable spot.
It doesn't seem super sturdy,
right?
Like the hotel will be up for 10 years, and then it'll get knocked down by a hurricane. We'll build a new one.
Yeah.
It saves us the demolition costs. We don't have to spend any money on it. So.
Yep.
All right, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Our work here is done.
Phone call bank is completed.
Yes, it's all done, and I think we
celebrated the anniversary.
Yeah, I'm gonna just enjoy my weekend, and I hope that you do as well, Doc.
Thank you.
Well, what about me?
Well, you always enjoy your weekend.
That's true.
Will I see you at Evanston Space on July 13th, Brendan?
Maybe.
Sunshine Boys and Sonic 45 double bill?
You never know.
Well, you let me know if you'd like
cool.
Admission to that.
That's lovely.
You hang backstage, you can say hi to Lenny Casper.
Heck yeah.
Ever met Ron Lewis? He'll be there.
Lewis
with Lewis Vision.
Yeah.
Right? I bet you'll be seeing clips.
Well, good luck.
With Steve?
That's Saturday night. That'll be Saturday night at Akeora. That means what time?
Oh, fuck. Let me check.
It's at night.
Probably 8, 7, 8.
I'm going to say 8. Yeah.
All right, cool. And you're in both bands, so that's...
that's the thing. I'm in both bands.
Do you change shirts?
I was wondering about that.
I would.
Casper demands it. Lenny demands it.
He
wear the same shirt, bro.
We have to probably dress in some type of uniform and knee pants and black stuff under the eyes.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you got any more Ren Spooners like that one you were wearing at the airport, and all day Wednesday in Houston, that shirt looks good on you, bro.
Well, thanks. It was one of these things I bought it, then I was like, I like this, and
that's a good look for you. I like it.
Thanks.
You might be able to borrow it soon, Steve.
Right?
I don't think I'm ever going to be that skinny.
Well, but Doug has that long torso, so gives you a few extra. I mean, you're almost that skinny.
I can definitely fit into a Ren Spooner 2X, and they're a tight 2X.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know about an X, but
I think these things run small. This might be an X.
Yeah, they because every year we went to Hawaii, I'd go there and be like 2X, and even when I was a 2X, it was too tight.
Yeah. Well, next time just try it on.
Sure, I mean, yeah, sure. Backstage or something, just take our shirts off and
right in the middle of the room.
Swap them.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Like a jersey swap.
Yeah, sure.
Nice.
Like soccer players.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll wear it and then just peel it off right after the gig and hand it to a fan.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, those fabrics are usually the Ren Spooner fabrics are inside out. That's why there's kind of low key Hawaiian shirts. So you could flip it inside out again, and then it'd be a brighter one.
Yeah.
More. It wouldn't be gaudy, but it would be brighter.
Yeah.
Like, wow, his shirt, he has an electric shirt or something. He made it brighter. I don't even know how he does that. Well, have a good weekend, boys.
You too. Thank you.
And
you both. Have a great weekend. I can't wait to catch up and see what you've all done.
Monday.
Hopefully I'll remember.
Yeah. Do something.
I don't, I wouldn't put any money on it. That's all I'm saying.
The Steve Dahl Show is done right now.
Okay, well, that was a pretty good show, I think, and I try to release one every month, but we do one every day, and if you like what you just heard, you're going to like the Everyday Show. Once again, Dahl.com/promo, $1, 2 weeks behind the paywall. Normally $10.95 a month. Check it out. Thanks.
Wait, you're not a Hotels.com member? So you're choosing to pay full price. Did you not hear the song?
How could you not be a member and save up to 20%? That's less than 50%, but it's more than 0%. You're welcome.
See? The math is mathing. Save up to 20% on hundreds of thousands of hotels with Hotels.com.